We talk about going deeper. Really, what is happening is that love is unfolding, but not the love that is conditional, not the love that says I love you as long as you love me back. You see, it is that love that recognizes itself as the wholeness, and then there are no conditions. So the one who's experiencing, if there's no experiencer, just pure experiencing. See, that is quite something. There is no experiencer. How often we say, what do you mean there's no experiencer? I am experiencing this now. Ah, okay. Ask yourself, you think you are experiencing. Now what is deeper than that? You see? And the experience itself that you're going through is life going through you. It's not through you because there's no you, actually. There's just life appearing as you.
So that life, though, is God, right?
That life is always God.
Okay, but so when you take the negative part and the positive, like right now with all that's going on in the world, life is going through that way, in a negative way.
Exactly.
And if I am part of that, I'm having trouble, sort of.
Who's having trouble? See, whatever. Okay, yeah. Whatever is happening because it cannot be any other way. You see, we decry love because we say there's so much inhumanity to man, because there's so many wars and because so many things. We can't help that. That is part of the process, the evolving consciousness, getting to know itself. It's the human element. You see? Nothing is wrong or right in the ultimate sense. It is what is. And when we make it personal, that's the suffering. You see? But when we realize there's nothing personal, it's just life unfolding. You see, for example, there's the day, the last few days has been very, very sunny and beautiful. So we say it's great. Okay? But then there are times when the clouds become so thick, they hide the sun completely. And we actually say, after 2 or 3 days of rain and darkness, we say, there is no sun. Really? The sun is always there. You see? So this is the same with life. There are wars, there are things going on all the time. You see? But love is there all the time. And no matter what you go through, there is this cry of your heart knocking on your door saying, come on, listen to me, listen for just 1 second and I'll help you. You see, just like God saying, I'm reaching out to you, but I have to have your permission. See, like we as humans have one little choice, to see or not to see. That's the only choice we've got. We have no other choice. Are we willing to see or not to see? If we're willing to see, sincerely, of course, not just saying it, then this heart will give us the knowledge and will show us that nothing is as bad as we thought it was. You see? No matter how serious we think it is, you could be dying in this moment. If you see that, you could be liberated. You see? Nothing is serious except our minds make it so, because we live on the surface.
So it's actually all neutral until we change the gear, take it out of neutral, right?
Yes.
We identify it.
Yeah.
So it's not all love then?
Love, yes.
It is
yes,
all love.
yeah. It's all love. It's all love, but not the love we think it is. You see, you feel it out now, for example. Okay, you look at the people in the room. Just give a quick gander at the people in the room. Don't you feel a connection right now?
Absolutely.
That's love. It's very simple. You see, love awakens the moment you begin to talk truth. Because the moment you begin to feel it in you, the heart moves. Immediate. That is there, present. You see? But you don't say, I'm going to feel love or I'm going to create love. Love is always there. The moment we go deep. You see? The moment we take it a little deeper. Now, if you are with people who are talking politics, who are talking on the surface, who are agreeing, disagreeing, debating, fighting, blah, 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 then you cannot feel that oneness, you cannot feel that love. Not because it isn't there, but because we are on the surface. So if you ask, what is deeper than this? Why are we fighting? Because we want to be right. Why do you want to be right? You see? Because you want to feel whole. But you see, by wanting to be right, you're going to make somebody else wrong. You see? Now, when you begin to go deeper, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. You see? Because it's all here. It's all one. See? So that is the ideal state of going deeper.
So at death, is there then the union of the? Is it an impersonal experience?
It's an impersonal experience, but you see, it's always been impersonal. You see, we think at death things are going to be different, but you see, right now it's impersonal too. We think it's personal, and this is where we. When we look at it on the surface, we take everything personally. But as I am talking now, I mean, I see myself going through the motions and I'm answering you, but there's no Burt, really. You see what I mean? It's an energy that's expressing. And when you begin to see this in yourself, an energy that's moving and expressing, that's all there is, and everybody else is the same, you begin to see the oneness. And nothing is personal ever, just seems to be.
What happens at death then?
So at death, nothing. You're just still the same. Except, of course, that there's a transition, because all the ideas that you've had and all the surface living that you've had now has gone through a shift. You see? So, but nothing ever dies, nothing is ever born. It is an eternal process of is. You see? The only real thing that there is this energy that is now looking. It's called presence. This presence. Right now you sit and there is this presence. You see? But the beautiful thing about presence is just like the ocean. Okay? There's the ocean. And then on the ocean, on the surface of the ocean, there are millions of waves. Each wave is unique. But each wave is the ocean. You see, and it only has a 1 split-second lifetime, and it goes back to the ocean. We are unique beings. There isn't anyone like you. You're totally, there isn't another face like yours, fingerprint like yours, body like yours, exactly the same. So we are unique expressions of life. And how you follow your path, how you understand, is totally unique. You see? And so you might say, but Burt, every satsang is complete. Every satsang is complete in truth. But every satsang is also different. You see? So you keep listening to the same satsang in different ways, and when you've heard it maybe 2 or 3 years, you wake up. You see? Hopefully. Yeah. But that waking up says, but I've known all this. I've heard it 1,000 times. Yes, but now you've realized it. You see? So this is the process. And then you realize there's never been anything personal. It's just that the idea of personal that kept you on the surface thinking there's so much to learn. But the only thing to learn is silence. You see? That's the only thing to learn. But of course silence is always there, you know. Silence is always the very nature of being. But when you're totally silent, and you're not afraid of it, because we're afraid of, the ego is deadly afraid of silence. But when there is silence and you begin to totally enjoy it, it will teach you everything. You see? Just like when you said it reversed. See? That happened all by itself. You didn't do anything. But there was the willingness to look at that point. In the same way, when you are totally silent, in that moment of silence, that silence will teach you.
How do you get to the silent again? By asking?
By going deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always asking to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. And there aren't many levels. The reason I mentioned those 4 levels is just for understanding. Okay? But always know that whatever you see on the surface that is called negative cannot be real. Because the very nature of life is silence.